Alright, hi people. Alright guys, I'm back for more Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Okay. Let's see. Let's see where to go next. Right, I don't think over here, because like... been a few days since I last played, so... In the words of Hagrid from Harry Potter, sorry about that. Let's go down here, I guess. Because it's actually a place I guess I've been before. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I level up at least 2 more levels to take him on.
Let's go.
What the fuck?
You can't take us all on.
It's like, no, I can't take it all on, but I can take it down.
That was good. What was that?
I didn't mean to kill the horse, but, you know. That explains it. My bounty's up. I didn't realize my bounty was up. Cave of Rhea.
numbers of Ares fanatics up ahead.
Summit of Mount Ida?
Go on! Yeah! Off we go now. Yeah! Yeah!
If he's alone, I might try and take him on. Oh god, a bear. Oh, but the bear's chasing him. Ah, shit. I didn't mean to hit the bear. He's on a horse, too. Ah! Fucking bear. Is it because I shot it? It might be because I shot it with an arrow. Why isn't... Try kicking me into the fucking bear. You fucking asshole. Fucking heal, you fucking asshole. Oh, he's a cultist. I didn't know that. Cool. Fuck you.
The world's better off without you.
I didn't know he was a cultist as well. Huh. I can take care of this guy. Belos, the Beast of Sparta. Compete in the arena? Fuck's the arena?
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, get over here.
Come on. Yeah. Let's go.
Fast travel to here. So it doesn't take me too long to get to that point.
Ella. Come on. There'll be trouble if I'm spotted here. Move.
Get moving! What's wrong with you?
Let me know if you have questions. Thanks for looking.
Let's go. legendary Knossos. Once palace to King Minos.
Some of these sync points just seem put in random-ass places.
Let's go.
I'll get all the side quests and shit when I finally, like, have all this map filled out. By discovering all the question marks.
Ella. Ella. Off we go now. Ella.
I like how this is supposed to be mostly a fucking, like, serious and full of wonderment and shit, but then you have the fucking Pegasus horse just there in the background.
Help! Somebody help me!
Let's go.
I'll do it later.
Let's go.
Ah, the glitches that happen in this game that you barely notice. 'Cause, I mean, that dude that I just passed that, like, reacted to me walking, or going on the horse, next to him, he just, like, got pushed backwards from where he was for no reason. And then this shit. Okay. Okay. I didn't even do anything and it just gave me a shit ton of XP for no reason. Okay, so I think I can... yeah, I can fast travel from here. Good. I'll see what that point is in the water later. One second.
Best stay out of sight.
Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Or is he related to Kefka? Who knows? Maybe this is where he comes from. Okay. I do like that I feel like I'm making actual progress with doing this shit, just by getting all the XP. Like, it's literally just, what's the word? It's just, it's passive growth. And I do like passive growth.
Come on.
Kick the habit. Shed my skin. This is the new stuff. There we go. Dancing in.
They sure like the Minotaur here.
Yeah.
Move.
What? Lato treasury?
Let's move. Come on. Here comes the sun.
Do do do.
He cannot be beaten!
Off we go now.
Too strong!
Which, speaking of the Beatles, they recently, and by recently I mean like the day before I'm playing this part, Apple Corps announced a remix of their album Revolver.
Oh my bones! Your speed
And I won't lie, I would have expected maybe Rubber Soul before Revolver, because Revolver, while it's not hated, I would say Rubber Soul is probably loved more than Revolver, at least on average, by most people, mainly Beatles fans. Cadmos, son of Hera. Okay. Yeah, okay, buddy. But yeah. And I like Revolver for the most part. But I kind of do wish that they did Rubber Soul beforehand. Or before Revolver, because I do personally like Rubber Soul more, and I think it probably would have sold a little bit more. But yeah. Yeah, I'm just really surprised that they didn't do Rubber Soul beforehand, but maybe it's because Revolver is more experimental, and it's also the album right before Sgt. Pepper's where they really got experimental in regards to the music and everything, and the recording tech that they used. That's just my guess. It could be that because the Beatles are like, a lot of people remember the Beatles as this band that like used a lot of experimental recording things and like in terms of technology and methods and all that, and new ways of playing instruments and using them to create new kinds of music and everything. Fucking, what the hell happened with that dog? And while that's certainly true, the Beatles were also really good at just playing music regularly. And the main thing about them is they got started as a rock and roll band. Hell, they actually started as a skiffle band when they were known as the Quarrymen. So yeah, but you know, it's not actually bad to have a remix of any Beatles album, realistically. Most of them, though, they don't really need to get one, unless if Applecore just wants to spend the money and do it. Although, the albums for the Beatles that I really, really hope get remixes, if possible, are their first two, Please Please Me and With the Beatles. The reason for that is that the stereo mixes for those albums are terrible. The stereo mixes for those albums were made in 1963, when it was very early days for stereo mixes for music. When it came to like musical recordings like that, and to quote George Harrison, they didn't want to do stereo mixes of their albums for a while, or for the longest time, because in his words, they didn't want to have people buy two speakers. And I can see that. The main thing is, like, this was before, like, artists and producers and sound mixers really got experimental with how to do stereo mixes and actually have them sound good. The first two Beatles albums for the stereo mixes literally have the instruments in one ear and the vocals in another. And it's really jarring to listen to. It's basically the mono mix, but certain things are like stripped in half. And it's not good. And I think that those albums could genuinely use a really good remix. I understand some songs, like I think it's Love Me Do, wouldn't be able to get that because that song is permanently trapped in mono, unfortunately, because they originally recorded it for a promo single before they got signed to Parlophone, I think it was. And to get them out there as like a promo single that they included on the album when they were recording it, because they were still playing it live, and Please Please Me is basically their live set from 1963. And that's how they were able to get it done in regards to the recording. They recorded it in one long 13-hour session, with some additions and overdubs done at a later point, but like only very few, and it's very stripped back, and it's very it's just very good. And then With the Beatles is kind of more of what they did on Please Please Me.
That must be the man mentioned in the letter about the arena fighting. Meon.
And Huh, so that's how you get to the arena. Cool. But, what was I gonna say? The stereo mix was not great. Because it was 1963, and they didn't really develop any, like, real good methods for mixing things in stereo, at least when it came to music. They really just didn't care. In fact, the Beatles, in regards to actually producing stereo mixes of their music, they didn't really try that, I think, until the White Album. And as a result, most of their albums after their first two, they have stereo mixes, but they're very basic stereo mixes. They're not bad necessarily. In fact, they're actually, I actually kind of like the stereo mixes of or actually very much like the stereo mixes of A Hard Day's Night and Beatles for Sale and all that. As well as I don't mind the stereo mix for Rubber Soul. I just personally think if they did a remix, a stereo remix of Please Please Me and With the Beatles, I assume that they have the original master recordings for the instruments and everything. They could give those albums a definitive, really good remix that places the instruments in good places in the mix that would really help those albums be good. Because the weird thing is, like, weirdly, I think they did get stereo remixes for the songs from those albums that were included in the Beatles Rock Band. Like, when Apple Corps, I believe, sent Harmonix copies of the recordings of everything, they gave those songs a 5.1 stereo mix for the game, because they couldn't have those songs sounding like they do in either the mono mix or the official stereo mix. So yeah, I hope that what I assume they're going to do after Revolver is probably Rubber Soul. The only other album that I could see them doing is Magical Mystery Tour, but they already did do some stereo remixes on some of the compilation releases for the remixes of those, as well as the bonus tracks on the deluxe versions of the Sgt. Pepper release. But yeah. And then after they do Rubber Soul, what I assume they're probably having worked on right now, and then they're going to release it sometime next year, or they have it scheduled to be worked on. Because after Revolver, what do? Rubber Soul. And the reverse is also true. After Rubber Soul, what do? Revolver. What I would then hope that they would do is maybe go back, either work backwards from there, from before Rubber Soul, work backwards to the beginning, or start at the beginning and do stereo remixes for Please Please Me with the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, and Beatles for Sale. Oh, I forgot to transmog this shit. Good thing I noticed that. Ooh. That's good. Anyways. I would love to hear those get a good, proper stereo remix. And then for, like, the Beatles, like, solo stuff, I would, there's one album in particular from Paul McCartney that I would love to see get a good stereo remix. And that's, Band on the Run from his Wings discography. Because the main reason is, He has a song called Hell in Wheels, which is a really good fucking 70s rock song. It's really good. It was a bonus track on that album, although in the original U.S. release of the album, it was included in the official like track list, which is good. But with the 2010, I think it was, re-release of the album and like remaster of it, they just had it be a bonus track on a deluxe version of the album. But yeah, and they reverted it to the original UK track list, which is whatever. They did the same thing with the Beatles albums as well before they released digitally. They released on iTunes the US versions of the Beatles albums with those track listings, those album artworks, and other things as well.
That must be Skura.
But anyways, when it comes to these things,
Aren't as good as they used to be. Welcome, Mistias.
I would actually like that album to get a good proper
Good day.
stereo remix, because if you listen to the official mix that's out right now for Hell in Wheels, at the very least, Hell in Wheels has a very bad stereo mix. And unfortunately, it's a mix that buries Paul McCartney's voice really deep in the mix. And it's not good, unfortunately. So yeah. And it's weird because there's like, apparently online you can find like isolated tracks of all the instruments and the vocals. And there's a fan-made remix of that song that you can find here on YouTube that was done a couple years ago by a fan. And he made a better stereo remix of that song than what is officially available. And it's really weird. But yeah, so they can do it. It's just, I hope that they do, but they currently haven't, is the problem. But yeah. It's just really weird. So yeah, I very much hope that, they do that.
You seem strangely excited, Herodotus.
One of the most ancient regions of the world. The land of the Minoans. A truly fascinating and mysterious civilization. Geniuses ahead of their time.
Should I visit then?
Only ruins remain of their civilization now. It has been lost for hundreds, if not thousands of years. But your journey has exposed mysteries which have left you with no answers. Perhaps you will discover something I
Okay. Is there anything on this island? Let's go see.
Until your return, Commander.
It looks like no. There's not a fucking thing on this little patch of dirt. Alright, huh. Oh, it's probably because I've been sailing in this part of the sea. With that dock opened up. But yeah, so guys, I'm gonna pause here and continue in the next one.